Bonjour, je suis Eden Montequila, présentateur d'Horizon des Résiliences, Portraits et Perspectives. Ensemble, découvrons les histoires inspirantes des Africains qui affrontent guerre, crise économique et changement climatique avec courage et détermination. Rencontrez les stars, le politicien, les partenaires extérieurs qui militent pour soutenir les continents. Suivez-nous en ligne pour un voyage inspirant au cœur de la résilience africaine, chaque mardi à 12h heure de Kinshasa sur des alternatives Digitalk TV.
Hey Teddy, have you noticed how little attention science and health issues get in the media?
Totally, Edgar, yet science information is very important.
Yeah, for sure. That's why the Health Journalists Network is here.
How can they help?
They are a group of journalists dedicated to advancing public understanding of healthcare issues through impactful reporting on health and science.
Oh, really?
Yes, they meet up every month with scientists and researchers, policymakers, and activists at the science media cafes. They then relay what they discuss to the public.
Does that benefit us?
Oh yes, very much so. This helps with health and science literacy for a healthy Ugandan society.
Okay. I love getting informed about science and health issues. Health information makes all the difference between life and death. I'll look up and engage them.
That's great. They are based all over the country.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, and they should be making real impact.
They are empowering health communities through journalism. Journalists can save lives just like doctors.
Hi Rogers, can I ask you something?
Shoot.
What does corruption mean?
Well, summarily, corruption is abuse of public power for personal gain or for the benefit of a group to which one owes allegiance. For example, when a public office is abused by an official accepting or soliciting a bribe. By the way, private people can be corrupt too, like bribing police officers to escape fines.
Okay. So exactly how does that concern me?
Well, do you pay taxes?
I guess, yeah. What does that have to do with this?
Everything. Because those taxes you pay are supposed to facilitate services you use, like water, electricity, roads construction, medicines in hospitals, name it.
Okay, that is much bigger than I thought. But it can be stopped, right?
Well, yes it can, although it may not be as easy as it sounds. And here is the reason why. Corruption roots are grounded in our country's social, political, economic, bureaucratic traditions and policies.
So, what has kept it going this long? I mean, why don't we stop it?
Well, the main reason why it has been here for so long is because institutions are weak, either as a result of poorly defined ethical standards of public service, weak administrative and financial systems, or ineffective watchdog agencies.
What can we do to stop it?
At a national level, we must focus on strengthening the independence and effectiveness of public institutions that fight corruption. At a personal level, we must commit to never giving a bribe.
I promise I'll never give a bribe.
Well, that's a great decision you have made. Me and you now have to spread this message to all our friends. If we all do our part, corruption will be no more.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digital.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Tukulikeyo mukulamuko program The Mighty Drive tuba tugitandise mu butongole ngatiddwako Omukulembeze Webale nate n'omugenyi waffe olunaku lwaleero ononga female youth councillor Yoweri Ebutaleja omukyala Sovereign Hasahya naye kubanga twogera nsonga z'abavubuka so now it is your time okubanga ogenda mu comment section show girabe nga bwo commentinga nga bwoyisaawo endowooza ideas zo tujja kubanga ate tuziyisaayisaamu amaaso in our second hour of the show ngenda kubanga ate yaniriza Omukulembeze atulamuseeko awo nno ayanirize n'omugenyi waffe mu butongole. Good morning.
Good morning Farida, good morning viewers. Olunaku lwaleero Wednesday luba lunaku nga lw'abakyala be bakikuttemu, so I welcome you on the show today. Nze Omukulembeze Webale ndino omukyala Hasahya Sovereign mukulembeze w'abavubuka esaidi eyo Butaleja. So tutunuulira nsonga y'abavubuka buta bwe beetegese okwetegekera 2026 twetegekera okulonda okujja, naye bw'otunuulira abavubuka abamu bo babiriko naye ng'ate abalala obaoliawo batunudde side different. So yajja tubuulira ye kiki kyalaba bwe kituuka ku nsonga eyo, but also n'ebigenda amaaso mu ggwanga tujja musaba bikomentingeko. Mukyala Hasahya, good morning.
Good morning.
Say hello to our viewer. Ndoza tubyogera mu Luzungu tubireke mu Luganda.
Mwena abatulaba balamusizza nnyo, mwebale nnyo kubanga mugoberera programs eza Alternative Uganda ne eno programu, mwebale nnyo kubeerako ne muteekako data yammwe ne mugambako na mikwano gyammwe gyonna okugamba nti katulabe programs zino ne management eya Alternative Uganda. Mwena mbalamusizza mukulu Nomani, mwena abali behind the camera, Arnold ali mu byuma, mwena mbalamusizza era neyanzizza nnyo okunkyazaako wano era I don't take it for granted. I appreciate so much. I always feel good to come here and share my views with the public. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala.
Thank you for sparing time as well, but how is Butaleja? Ku ground kwoli oba?
Butaleja is okay. Era emirimu gitambula bulungi e Butaleja. Nze ng'omukulembeze w'abavubuka, I'm doing my work as a youth leader. Era most of the weekends actually mbeera Butaleja. So all the weekends mbeera e Butaleja nga tubeera like for example okusupportinga abavubuka mu tournaments ez'enjawulo. Saawa zino bali kwetegekera Eid Cups weziri nnyingi nnyo, so mbaddeyo nga ngabako emipiira eri abavubuka baffe basobole okuba nga babeera active. Omanyi emizannyo nagyo mirungi when it comes to youth kubanga like it breaks their sometimes when they're bored.
Yes.
Babeera forced maybe okugenda ne bakola ebintu ebikyamu kangambe nti maybe drinking, maybe going out with girls and drug abuse. Naye webabeera nga bali active, for example ebintu nga supporting a talent, it always keeps them busy, and also their fitness bayambako their fitness. So that is what basically I've been doing. Then also supporting community initiatives, fundraising in different associations or circles. So mbadde ku ground nga ebyo mbadde ndikola. Yes, so ku ground kwendi.
Obadde busy. In fact okola ground ya 2026.
Yes.
Heroes Day, wagira about your celebrations and all that.
Heroes Day celebration was okay. It was celebrated in Gomba. Era abo bonna we celebrate the heroes of Uganda, those ones who have sacrificed their lives for this country. Tubebale nnyo era tubasaamu ekitiibwa era n'abo bonna abeewaayo mu ngeri zonna ez'enjawulo, abasawo, kubanga Heroes Day si nti abalwana olutalo bali be only the heroes, but many are heroes. For example, those who treat us, abatusomesa, those ones are also heroes. So to me, I believe all those people who are doing their sacrifices, for example, even in security, like army, police, olaba nti beewaayo ne bawaayo obulamu bwabwe, actually even more than their family. they put life at first, even more than their lives. Nti katulwanirire eggwanga lyaffe, we protect our country. So it is really basically something we have to appreciate the heroes that beebale nnyo kwewaayo okubeera nga baweereza Uganda n'abannayuganda bonna.
What stood up for you mu speech ya President ko Heroes Day? Nga mukulembeze ayogera kino naye I think it was the right time y'okuba nga ensonga yagiisaawo.
I think what stood out for me was about corruption. Because to me, I believe when they were coming into power, they had objectives they had to look at. Like at SAWS, wesanga nti waliwo like kangambe nti ebitaterera bulungi, for example corruption. When corruption comes, it undermines service delivery. Kubanga omuntu tasobola kufuna ekyo kyali supposed okufuna. Why? Because someone maybe has taken over that. Then also wastage of taxpayers' money. That the money which has been collected for taxes, instead of being maybe in a provision of services, it ends up nga bakoze eki nga bazilidde. So what stood out so much for me was that part where he said he's going to run out about corruption tendencies, and I've seen he has started from.
But is there a will to fight this vice of corruption by the president himself?
Yes, I believe it is there because he has already started on it. First of all, when there was a Mabat scandal, the ministers who were directly involved, we saw that he did not appoint them back in the cabinet. That is Honorable Kidudu and Honorable Nandutu. So they are not in the cabinet anymore. Then also when now it comes to these other corruption, some of the MPs have been detained over corruption tendencies, and the police, they are still searching about what they have maybe found out. So to me, I believe he has the will of fighting corruption.
So what has taken him this long to put that will into action?
I think maybe he has been collecting evidence, because he said, I remember in his speech, he said, now I have evidence. Because sometimes oyinza okuba nga owulira buwulizi naye nga toyina hearsays naye nga toyina bukakafu. So bw'oba toyina bukakafu ne bw'oba oli kuwulira ekintu kiba hard oku sacrificing oyo omuntu oba n'omusiba because oba toyina bukakafu. But if you collect evidence in different forms, manyi nti kiba kyangu to start from there. So that is why most things happen, not only to the president, naye even ku bantu aba bulijjo. Omuntu ayinza okukola ekintu naye notagamba nti oba like you sue them. Why? Because you don't have evidence. Naye nga akoze ekintu
kale kituufu wakiraba naye nga banaakusaba evidence in court.
Because courts for them it's all about evidence. Yayagala togenda mugamba nti nalabye nawulidde yakoze kino bagamba what shows.
Where is the evidence?
So it is always good to get evidence. From when you have evidence, it is always easy for you to prosecute someone. Yes.
Okay. Tubadde tumaze ebbanga ekyo ensonga nnyingi ze twagala okubuuzaako before we
okay.
There is a censor motion in Parliament.
Yes.
Supposing you were an MP, would you sign on it or not?
That censor motion in Parliament, suppose I was there, I don't know whether I would have signed on it or not, but at first it matters that what are the motives behind that censor motion. And you have to find, when you're signing, you don't just sign, but you have to first find out what is the motive of signing that censor motion. Then what is the action? Is it just about signing, or there is going to be an action taken to maybe for the purpose of that censor motion? So it is always good to first analyze issues before you go into them. So even though I was there, I would still first find out the motive, then the actions which are going to be taken when I sign. So what is going to happen? So those are the things I would first look at before maybe signing such a motion.
Okay, it takes us back to the thing of corruption, to the issue of corruption, and then we look at MPs. Only 145 of them bebavudde ne bagamba okay, we need to put an end to this. Katuteekeko omukono bano babeerenga ekyokulabirako, and then we see the biggest number nga tetaddeko mukono. Ensonga eno eya corruption to you bwenga bwogiraba olowooza esobola okumalibwawo wano mu ggwanga Uganda bwekiba nti waliwo abagifunyeemu ate abagifunyeemu tebaagala kola ki taking action oba taking a step?
Nze ndowooza ensonga eno eba esobola okukola ki okubeera nga as long as nga buli muntu ataddemu amaanyi like president ateekemu amaanyi even his cabinet nayo erina okuba nga eri straightforward nayo ng'ekola what they are supposed to do. Even in parliament, kati parliament is the one which is supposed to be accountable to the executive. Actually be balina okunoonyereza sente zino ze twalocatinga, is it doing the purpose it is supposed to be doing? So they have to do accountability, and that is through like for you as an MP, through following up. And now if you are the one who is doing it, how are you going to demand for accountability from government? Then also technical people in ministries, for example, permanent secretaries, because for most of the monies which are supposed to be issued maybe from the ministry, the permanent secretary has to be aware. Then for example, kuma districts bakao tosobola kujjayo sente kawo nga tamanyi. So this corruption has to be nti buli muntu wa the technical people, not only political leaders, naye ne technical people, abantu nga bakao ku district, people like chairpersons of committees on the districts, for example, eza social services, eza transport, you know, those obukiiko obubeera ku district obutambuza emirimu mu district. So sometimes olaba nti babawadde sente naye they are not doing the required work, maybe to build a road. They are not doing the required work to, like, they do substandard work. So it is the collective efforts, political leaders, yes, but also technical people are the ones who are in charge of, like, maybe signing the money to get out. Then also other even NGOs actually, not only like technical people, but even some NGOs, like they should also, because you can find out that there are some NGOs, they also involved in corruption.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes bagamba, they go somewhere, they are organizing some workshop, they take some pictures, then they say, this is the activity we did. Yes, they then like there's some NGO I cannot talk about mention it. Yes, but they made us sign different amount, but the other side they had
they wrote different amount.
Yes. Yes. Then as auditors we are going through. Yes. So it is a broad thing. Corruption is really broad, and also even in political parties which are maybe from opposition, because opposition you have to check government. Naye olaba nti sawa zino olaba nti NUP bagamba Puga naye was involved in corruption scandal, and he has been their leader of opposition in parliament. They're accusing him of corruption. Olaba BSJ and the Katonga function and the Najana Kombe, they're accusing each other of corruption. So these voices across the whole country, it doesn't matter which organization. So takes efforts oba buli muntu alina okulwanyisa obuli bw'enguzi.
n'okusingira ddala gavumenti erina okusinza amaanyi kubanga gye tulina okulabirako
era ekyo kituufu
erina otulabirako okuba nti ate corruption ona munnaye tumugjawo so ngenda kuzaayoko last week ku SONA State of the Nation Address. I am very sure wagiraba and what were your expectations? Were they met by the State of the Nation Address or
A State of the Nation Address, to me it was okay because the president, you don't decide for him that what should he talk about.
Well, but there are things we should be expecting the president to address, and sometimes we get disappointed.
So it is him to decide that now, of course, I'm going to talk about this, and all the things he spoke to me, I believe they're okay for the country. All he does, all he needs is to continue, of course, doing what he's supposed to do as the president, do his guidance to the, especially the cabinet, because the cabinet, they are the ones who are helping him to do what? To implement the NRM manifesto. Because NRM has a manifesto, it showed to the people, and it's the one the president is using to...
And then the 10 points program.
Yes, the president is using that to run the country. So people should, and he's always focusing on socio-economic transformation and also, you know, democracy, Pan-Africanism, patriotism. So those are the things he's always focusing on, and yeah, people around him or people who have responsibility should just work together with him such that they can work together for the country.
So n'ensonga y'ebyenfuna nayo yagyogerako bulungi.
Yes.
Okay. Ndoza tugende n'ekyo mukyala Hasahya kyatugambye.
Lwaki oyogera ng'ayinamu
No, agambe anti mu kwogera kwe agambe nti everything omukulembeze w'eggwanga kyayogeddeko kituufu, and that is what the country needs.
Era kiba kituufu.
Yeah, but he didn't talk much about the security bit of it. Yes.
The good thing, we always have the security updates, and they are always there. Actually, I think they are weekly.
Yeah, weekly every Monday.
Yes, so there are always those security updates. So to me, I think we can get the security updates from those relevant authorities, because all those people, they are helping the president to run the country. He can't do that alone.
Yeah.
He needs other people he's working with. So those security updates are good also for the country, and even that information, they always brief him about it, so he can always take action.
Okay. So how best do you think we can curb this insecurity issue? Because bw'okitunuulira kyeraliikiriza bw'olaba obu video ku social media, even wanda ng'ate abakikola bavubuka bato.
The issue is not good. Lwakuba nti waliwo obu video era we were circulating, actually they pointed about it, nti waliwo obu video we were circulating when they are not from Uganda. Some just post things inciting the public, but when necessary those videos are not from Uganda, they are from different parts of the world, but then they post them. But regardless that those ones from Uganda, all they should do is, the good thing, they find the culprits, they should face the law, be arrested, and act as examples to those ones who would think you can just do anything and you walk away with it. So it's about punishing the culprits. Then also encouraging young people to work, because nothing is for free for you to think you're just going to maybe attack someone and
there is something for free. Parish development model, who works for it? They just find you in your village and they give you 1 million. Isn't that free money?
It's not free, because at the end of it all you repay it back.
But it just looks like it is free money. So olunaku tugenda kubanga tufuna budget reading. So njagala tuddeyo ewaffe Ebutaleja. Do you think abavubuka balina attitude towards ebintu ebabigenda mu maaso mu ggwanga okugeza nga state of the nation address now nti tugenda ku budget. What is their attitude? Is it good? Is it bad? Oba tebeefiirayo ekigenda kyekigenda.
Oli abavubuka who are really willing okubeera nga they follow what is happening in the country. Like for example, eggwanga liri kutambula litya, what is the president saying, what is happening in the country, the economy, you know, such youth are there. Naye abavubuka, those are people most likely abasomi, or those ones who have been educated, and they like so much to know what is happening. Naye waliyo bali abavubuka nga like, okay, they don't know. Yes.
They don't care.
Yes, and they don't know what is happening. Ye akera bukezi banagendako mu center n'arelaxinga oba n'akola biki, like nabeeraawo ne babeera mu kadsi nga bali
olunaku ne luziba nadda ewaka neera.
Yes, olunaku ne lugenda. So that there is that population of young people that who are not interested in
knowing what is taking place.
Yeah, I think they also maybe they lack just mindset, like they don't have that. Because to me, I believe even though you've not been educated, you can know what is happening in the country. For example, to local radios, I tell those local radios is a program eziri kutambula mu ggwanga. Batera nnyo ziteekako those radio programs, and in our local languages, like they always say them in our local languages. So it is about abavubuka okumanya nti, since first of all we are the majority of the population, so balina okumanya nti we have to know the affairs in our country, the affairs where you're coming from, ebintu biri kutambula bitya, because you are a future mother, you're a future father, you're a future maybe any leader of the community. So kyandibadde kirungi nnyo n'omanya what is happening, kubanga obutamanya, like it is like you're in darkness, tomanyi what is happening. So it is always good to always find out what is happening in your country, in your neighborhood. Yes, and in the district.
Ate mwe abakulembeze mukoze omulimu ogumala okutambuza enjiri eno eri abantu abo abawansi abasookerwa kuba abavubuka abo bogambye nti yajja keera olunaku lwa budget nze agenda mu center anywe ekikopo kya chai azanye ludo akuba amatatu azanye poolu in the evening ate yebake.
Yes, fe abamu we do our best. Wekigamba, or when it is like maybe going on radios, personally nze I even put down like transport nenamba kangende ku radio to talk about different things which are happening in the country. So ekyo ntera nnyo okikola, because in communities osobola like okubeera limited, but if you go on radio it covers a whole, like, okay, the coverage is big. So that one I'm always doing. I go on radios and talk to young people regarding the issues which are affecting their country, then the programs which are there. So that one I'm doing it.
Abavubuka bagamba nti budget eno bw'esomebwa mu Luzungu tewali omukisa gwa kugiza mu local language for them to understand. Even those ones abasoma oba abamanyi ku Luzungu nabo tebasobola ku interpretinga figures ezo other language that is used batuuka okusoma budget. Do you also do something about breaking it down for the local people to get to understand kyekisomeddwa era sente zino ziteereddwa wa watuufu?
I think it is good. Kyandibadde kirungi. Actually, if the Ministry of Finance can get or they can liaise with their people at the district, the liaison officers, the people, such that these people can go on radios and teach people, you know, regarding these statistics which are in the budget, regarding the shares, you know, they say that because they always divide, maybe health is going to take this, security is going to take this, education. So it is always good to to me, what I would think, the Minister of Finance can have those liaison officers in different districts. Those liaison officers can go on radio and in the local language, they go and teach people about the budget. So ekyo kyandibadde nga kiba kirungi, kikola ddala abantu ne basobola okuba nga bategeera bajeti yaabwe.
Because a lot of people tebasobola kumanya bigenda maaso mu budget eyo. Okujjako bwe tugamba okay 2024-2025 budget ya 72 trillion. Ebisigadde ebiddirira mmeka ze tusolooza nga tugenda kwewola mmeka
tusasula amabanja tusasula mmeka
tetubimanyi naye kale omuntu agamba bugambi that is a way tetugisobola
budget ya luno nene nesinga ya luno
weewaawo nnene kusinziira ku ssente ze tusolooza ffe ng'eggwanga naye abamu beetaaga okuba nga bamanyisibwa ku bintu bwe bityo sobola okuba nga ate tutambuza eggwanga
n'abasoma budget balina olulimi lwe bakozesa kati ojja kwesanga nga ekigambo GDP of course abasobola okitegeera batono even the MPs we have abatukiikirira mu parliament bino ebya smart physical policy simanyaani waliwo omukulu omwe yabiteekamu olusaago naye those the terms they use zikaluba
nanti yensonga lwaki tugamba Minister of Finance efuneyo abantu abanyonyola ebintu bwe bityo in our local languages zitegeera obulungi because olulimi lw'oyitabiramu lukulu nnyo omuntu walukugambamu ekintu
okitegeera ate abbreviations ziba nyingi, the terms are also hard. So I think beetaaga bakyuse era olunaku olw'enkya bannayuganda bangi bakimanyi nti budget egenda kusomebwa
abamu tebamanyi it will be by surprise
basooke banoonye mbuzibeera batadde ministry ebyobulamu ebyenkigiriza meka ze batadde mu PDM era abavubuka meka bagenda okuganyulwamu mu nteekateeka n'emyoga
nono olaba tutandise okugira nga omanya tugenda mu ka break bwe tukomawo tuyingire topiki yaffe y'olunaku lwaleero eya preparedness y'abavubuka ahead of 2026 elections. Do you think abavubuka bali ready okuba nga baparticipating or they're going to be participated? I love those terms when it comes to politics. We get participated, others participate. So, the topic is going to be full hour. Are you a youth? Are you planning to contest? What are you doing? All in the 2026. So, tandikokuwoza amanya politics is monetized. Fenga abavubuka tetuina sente. Ate munange atabala baguza abalonzi. Nga tonnagula balonzi bakumanyi.
Ku ground
obaddeyo. So munange omuvubuka munange it is the time genda ku ground genda okole ground kubanga kano ke kadde tunatuukira mu 2025 abantu tujja kuba tutandise okumanya ffe abagenda okuyita mu constituencies tuba tutandise okumanya n'abatagenda kudda mu parliament ongamba nenkumenyerayo nga bana basobola okuba kumenya tajja kudda
tukyalina omwaka mulamba anything can change
ku ground tali no wali abatajja sokyusa kintu kyonna in the year we are having. So tugenda kanga twogera ku nsonga ezo tugenda kuba tuwumulamu ko katono nnyo bwe tukomawo. We are diving into the preparedness of the youth ahead of 2026 elections. A very good morning.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hey Teddy, have you noticed how little attention science and health issues get in the media?
Totally, Edgar, yet science information is very important.
Yeah, for sure. That's why the Health Journalists Network is here.
How can they help?
They are a group of journalists dedicated to advancing public understanding of healthcare issues through impactful reporting on health and science.
Oh, really?
Yes, they meet up every month with scientists and researchers, policymakers, and activists at the science media cafes. They then relay what they discuss to the public.
Does that benefit us?
Oh yes, very much so. This helps with health and science literacy for a healthy Ugandan society.
Okay. I love getting informed about science and health issues. Health information makes all the difference between life and death. I'll look them up and engage them.
That's great. They are based all over the country.
Oh, okay. That's interesting, and they should be making real impact.
They are empowering health communities through journalism. Journalists can save lives just like doctors.
Bonjour, je suis Eden Montequila, présentateur d'Horizon des résiliences, portraits et perspectives. Ensemble, découvrons les histoires inspirantes des Africains qui affrontent guerre, crise économique et changement climatique avec courage et détermination. Rencontrez les stars, les politiciens, les partenaires extérieurs qui militent pour soutenir les continents. Suivez-nous en ligne pour un voyage inspirant au cœur de la résilience africaine, chaque mardi à 12h heure de Kinshasa sur des alternatives Digitalk TV.
Go to the church, though.
Tawali man, what's up?
Man, can you imagine people just dump everywhere? Someone drinks water and throws the bottle wherever.
Come on, Rogers. What else do you expect people to do with an empty bottle?
Simanya now, do you know that plastics take at least 450 years to decompose?
What? That's a long time.
Exactly. Because plastics are made out of a lightweight and flexible material that doesn't decompose easily. And plastics everywhere in the environment cause plastic pollution.
What is plastic pollution now?
It is the accumulation of plastic waste in the environment, like bottles, polythene bags, straws. All of these contribute to plastic pollution.
I have been using them without knowing their effect.
Yeah, a lot of people have. Plastics are a danger to the ecosystem, both on land and in water.
So how can we overcome this problem? Is there something we can do?
Oh yes, we can reduce by minimizing the use of plastics, reuse by repurposing them, or recycle by collecting and processing them into new products.
Everyone wants to change the world, but no one wants to change themselves for the world.
How about we change our habits for the world?
And it starts with me and you.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digital.
Hi, welcome to the Political Dice.
Empishi y'ebyobufuzi.
It's controversial,
Purely political,
well researched,
accurate and global.
Oyagala bya parliament oba council.
Yes, State House oba ghetto.
Ani ayugayuga ku ground.
Ani gwe baabuze.
Okimanyi nga Dr. Kiza Besigye aleese amaanyi.
Olwo fadda bafutsoli abateeseemu obuvaazi.
Oba yo DP eri ku ki?
Olwo jeema.
Bano ba MKCG bo baddawa.
Abo bafuna CDF baamala tebabanja. Olwo baba anti bange bali ku ki?
Abo bo akina kulabisa simanyanga posturing tebabiri mbali mu structure building. Naye ate ono ye.
Ani oyo oba?
Yali ku ki?
Oyo kyomuleketa gamba mpanyiga mawu.
Ebe ndabena birindira nokuda Political Dice ku the Alternative Digital nange teditenja ewamune.
Farida bikobere
buli wa Sunday sawa 2.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Tuba tuyingidde essaawa yaffe ey'okubiri program The Mighty Drive gwa Talaba Political Dice. I do not know what you are up to. Anga weetaaga okumanya ebifa mu nsi yonna ddala ebya politics tetuleeta palapase biba biri well researched gaba mawulire matuufu. So naye olwaleero tuli ku nsonga z'abavubuka their preparedness ahead of 2026 elections engenda kudda omu kati naawe wayingidde mu ba to be MP to be councillor to be now you are an MP to be.
Yes.
A woman MP to be.
Yes.
Butaleja.
Butaleja.
Naye era kale bw'oyita mutujja kubanga naffe tulina ge tuyingiridde awo.
Era.
Tujja
nga namwe kalimu mujja.
So do you think the youth are prepared ahead of 2026 elections? Or was that preparedness yaabwe egiweyinga otya?
Majority, some of the young people actually batandika in the other election okubeera no 2020 yes of course they now like for example youth councils started in 2020 so since the last term youth became more interested in politics and kyasooka nekijja because of COVID-19 COVID-19 we yabeerawo abavubuka nga babeera nnyo waka so they were more interested in where they came. Actually even me I remember that time because I had just graduated in 2019 so 2020 COVID bwe yajja n'embeera waka so when youth councils came in nengamba why don't I go and try out in the youth council so I participated. So participation y'abavubuka in politics has now greatly improved. And you know I would of course thank the young people they should actually continue kubanga fe abavubuka mu Uganda fe abasinga obungi
even in Africa
even in Africa we are the majority of the population. So since we are the majority of the population it is the reason we have to base on okubanga naffe twenyigira mu byobufuzi kubanga you as a young people obeera nga wenyigidde mu byobufuzi it means that you know the needs which are affecting your fellow young people. Why? Because you are in the same age bracket. So abantu abavubuka kati they are now more learned over there like benyigidde nnyo mu byobufuzi not actually not only in political positions naye bw'olaba abantu abakola ku mu kalulu kaŋŋambe presiding officers kaŋŋambe polling assistants most of those people are youth so obalaba nga benyigira nnyo muki mu elections abantu kaŋŋambe even election observers so the participation of youth has really increased and now in 2026 I'm sure it is going to be more. Even the number of youth MPs, okay, youth, even though they are not on youth MP seat, nayenga in other constituencies, n'abavubuka, the number in parliament has also increased. We have youthful MPs who are not maybe youth MPs, but they are youth. So, and I believe in 2026, kigenda kukola ki? Kigenda kweyongera. Kubanga kati abavubuka balaba nti yes we can and there are some of course some political figures who have inspired the young people. For example abantu nga Bobi Wine, you know he was like also a youth though he's a senior
he
youth.
Was a young person not a youth
okubeera nga yesimba kuba president abamu ne bagamba I think even me nange nja kukola Katumba oye so all those personnels like it inspires also other young people gamba ono bwaba asobola okwesimba ku kino ekifo nange maybe sobola okwesimba kuwa MP nange sobola okwesimba okubeera chairman owa district nange sobola okwesimbawo okubeera kansala so abavubuka beetegefu era nze that is what I've seen even bwobeera mu field olaba nti kati nga mu National Youth Council abavubuka abagenda okujja kubawo man MP ne other constituency MPs bangi there are many who have expressed interest and district chairpersons then councillors obalaba nga baki nga the number has really increased so the 2026 the youth are really prepared and they are going to come for the positions and it is my humble request and my asking for support to the general public nti katuwagire let's support them. Yes, let's support them because they're energetic baina amaanyi they have ideas. Yes, so I believe they are going to do good for the community. So kyensaba ati community members let's trust the youth tubawagire tubawe ne guidance kubanga you know youth are not only the leaders of tomorrow but the leaders of today and tomorrow So bw'abanga twagala Uganda ennungi, twagala Uganda etalina gonda, like maybe issues and what, it is good to start now preparing the young people. Etumanya nti tubategeka for now and also for the future. Yes, so it is good to mentor them, to be mentoring political parties eziriwo in different youth wings, because all political parties baina youth wings.
Yeah, true.
So it is good, but they are offering mentorship. They should not see youth as maybe a threat to their leadership, but they should mentor them to become responsible citizens, to become responsible leaders, and to participate in the elections. It is their democratic right okubeera nga benyigira mu byobufuzi. Yeah, so I would just suggest nti let them come out, babeere nga
offering a support.
They offer themselves and their capabilities that they can seriously take up the mantle and serve the people in their districts, in their villages, in their sub-counties, in their nation, because I believe as a young person you have a lot to learn, you have a lot to offer. So to me, I believe youth are ready for 2026 elections.
The monetization of politics, abavubuka bagamba nti esinza okubahindaringa from participating or from taking up leadership positions. In 2021, they're setting up very high. So 2026, ate kiyinza osukkawo okusinga ekyali mu 2021. How do we go about this issue? Because bangi baagala, bangi balina ebirowoozo ebirungi, but they can't participate because they don't have the money. I tell you, the people who have the money are the senior citizens.
Yes,
ate abataagala kuvaawo.
Kituufu, kubanga omuvubuka gwoba just wakatandiko, oli kutandika okwezimba, naye oli ku competinga n'abantu abezimba dda who have worked
parliament from 1994.
Sorry, for 25 years they are in parliament.
Yes. And even though maybe they are not in parliament, naye nga babadde bakola emirimu emirala, so they have a lot of money. So you're competing with such people abalina ssente nnyingi, naye gwe you're just starting life. So it is because, of course, sometimes ogenda nga it is because you're starting life and you don't have the necessary money, necessary money you need to run the campaign. But it is the biggest challenge we have. But you cannot just give up. No gamba kambirekera kuba sina sente. Yes, it is always good for you to try. Kubanga tulabya abantu abasobola ogamba ife sente zoli tujja zirya naye akalulu tujja kukola tujja kawagwe. So
the way you don't trust those people.
No, some are there.
No. Someone tells you I'm going to eat the other one's money, and then I give you the kalulu, and then they will also do the same thing when they go the other side.
So what if that person you ate the money from stands there when you are going to put your ballot?
Can you fuka NRM tebasimba ku mugongo?
Basimba ku mugongo, but candidate cannot be everywhere that he will be monitoring it. Go atwala sente zange ononze. So monetization of campaigns, it is there, but it is I would upload the public kubeera nga bamanyi nti omuntu bw'aba akuwadde ssente kiringa ali kugula. So bw'aba akuguze kitegeeza bw'aba atuuse eri agenda kuzaawo ki sente ze yakuwa oba akole n'ebirala, like they will not mind about you. Why? Because they paid you. Naye gwe omuntu wa wansi, omuntu ali eyo, wewe ekitiibwa, wewe wathiyo nti nze tewali asobola okugula kalulu kange.
Naye mukyala Hasahya omanye embeera, because I know you're on ground.
Yes.
I know how people can cry to you.
Yes, they do.
Honorable to be, actually they not even honorable, to be honorable. Honorable tetulina mazzi, tulina omupiira wano naye tetulinawo mazzi. Honorable tetulina kino, honorable tetulina kiri, and then you get to understand where they are coming from.
Yeah,
because they don't know, but it's the Electoral Commission to do this role, like to educate the people about what election is and what they have to do.
And what a leader should do.
Yes.
So it is something which the general public has to know that a leader I know towards services, maybe they have to advocate for us to get this, they have to follow up on this, such that you don't put that load, a big load, to a politician or omukulembeze. Kubanga bogamba nti kati njagala kino, njagala kiri, njagala kino, and the whole district people are asking for money. So,
but do all leaders even know what their role is? Because most of them, when they come to campaign, now that
is the problem. Some politicians, they are the ones who have created that problem in the public. Ogenda kola, especially katinga ebintu ebyokuzimba enguudo. Those are government programs. Government kola okuzimba oluguudo. Ebintu okugamba nti, they are okuzimba amasomero. That is the government. Maybe go osobola ozimba, yes, ng'omuntu. As an individual, it is okay kubanga we have private schools. That is okay. Naye waliyo aba politicians abesiba ku masomero ga government. Nti bebakola ki?
Tebebajja okugaddaabiriza.
Bagenda okugaddaabiriza, bagenda okugazimba
oluguudo luno.
Amalwaliro aga gavumenti ne bagamba nga we bali kukola ki? Nga we bagenda ozimba amalwaliro aga gavumenti. They even mentioned those government entities. So, kati in that promising, it raises expectations of the voters. Ne bagamba, katumusabe sente ayina olwa asobola okuzimba oluguudo. Kitegeeza asobola n'otukolera ku bintu ebirala. So, it is also good for our leaders okubeera realistic. N'oyogera ebintu ebiri realistic byosobola okukola ng'omuntu as an MP, like maybe your roles, not only MP but even oba ku district, what you can do as a leader. Naye si promising heaven and earth. At the end of it all, the voters have high expectations in you, and it will not only be on you. Now they will transfer that to also other maybe aspirants. Baba manyi nti maybe buli omu ajja mu kalulu abayina ki. They have a lot of money to give out. So, abantu kyembasaba batunulire ensonga. They should look at ono omuntu agenda tukulembera bulungi. Ensonga zigamba ki? What is this person saying? What is their agenda? Balina okutunulira agenda y'omuntu, manifesto ye, engeri gy'agenda okolamu emirimu gye. Naye tolonda muntu lwakuba agenda kuwa sente, agenda kuwayo 1,000, akuweyo 15,000 oba 1,000, then ogambe nti oyo gw'ogenda okulonda. Because at the end of it all ogenda kubeera ng'okaaba. So ekyo kyesobola okugamba abantu baffe, our citizens, nti babeere nga they should not look at money such that also the young people basobole okuba nga beenyigira mu byobufuzi, kubanga abavubuka tebalina sente. Ffe twakatandiko, we are just starting to build our life. Tuli kutandika okweyiya. Naye bw'ogamba nti akuwe sente, kiba kitegeeza nti yo oli kumusalako toyagala akole ki? Participating mu elections, ate talina sente. So those are some of the challenges zetubeera nazo ng'abavubuka. And also some politicians wali abaagala nnyo to use money to use youth, for example, to cause violence. Era bagamba abanabyobufuzi mu Luganda, like bakozesa nnyo abavubuka bwebanga baagala creating violence. Baagala mukuba abantu,
tucamuka nnyo nanti abavubuka tucamuka
tuva ku mulamwa,
bwe tucamuka tuva ku mulamwa.
So bakozesa nnyo abavubuka. So kyosobola ogamba abavubuka nti lwaki olinda omuntu aba akozesa ebibi to use you, bwe naawe nga gwe omuntu making sure nti you yourself you participate in the elections and in a free and fair election. Tokkiriza bakozesa okukola ebikyamu, ebyokuba abantu oba ebyokola okuwaayiriza, ebyokola ebyo ebintu ebitasaanidde. So omuvubuka naye you should put a worth on you. Weteekeko omuwendo nti nange sobola kino ekifo nsobola lwaki oli ankozesa nange kenyini ng'omuvubuka nsobola okukola ki nsobola okikola nange nengenda nenkiikirira abantu.
What do you think betwaliise ba senior citizens oba oliawo tebatuwadde opportunities iffe ng'abavubuka? Why have they failed to entrust us with responsibilities over leadership positions? Is it our problem? Ffe tulina okwetereza oba it's their problem abataagala kuvaawo?
Some they see it as maybe youth are immature. Some think that some youth are immature. Balowooza nti ng'okyali mwana muto you cannot lead, tosobola kukola ki okubeera nga okulembera omuntu omukulu. Naye waliwo essaying egamba nti omuto asobola okuba engoma
n'omukulu
n'azina. And it is so easy omuntu omuvubuka okuyiga. So abo abantu, let me say maybe our elders, they should not bagambe nti abavubuka bakyali bato oba bajja kola mistakes. No, as long as you are there, I know you can guide them. Because we are quick to learn. Oba osobola okukola ki kubanga n'abo bennyini the elders now nabo tebayingira mu byobufuzi nga bali in that age. Nabo bayingira nga ffe. When you look at President Museveni, Mugisha Muntu, Besigye batandika nga bakyali bato. They were still youth and they captured power and they have been in power. So now it is time now bakolechi. They should also give chances,
create space
for also other young people by guiding them, mentoring them, such that they create sustainability. Nti eggwanga libeera lina abakulembeze while they are still young. N'ekirungi nti, for example, the appointment of some of the ministers are youth. So for example, like Honorable Nyamtoro, Honorable Abelilian. So at least President has realized.
Is still a youth?
Yes.
She's a young person.
She's a young person. She's not old.
Yeah, but youths are between the ages of 18 and 30, right?
Yes, but even like up to maybe 35 there.
Kale twetwalira awo fenna.
Up to like I think even
up to 35.
You can be youthful even up to like 40.
Oh.
Ngeno mutima gwo gukyali muto.
Nga kale weeremetsa mbavubuka.
But for those that have been for those that have taken up the leadership positions ez'amaanyi nga bavubuka.
Yes.
Have they been a voice eri bano abalala abakyali wansi? Because now we have a minister ali mu myaka egy'ekivubuka gyennyini eyali badde ategeera the struggles we go through, the hustles we go through to make a living, to get some money, or to also build our lives. Have they been voices to those they are representing?
Yes,
now mwabo gattamu ne ba youth MPs.
Some of the youthful people in politics or who are ministers or MPs, they're doing their best to see that they are serving their people. However, we have some who are not doing good for the youth.
Because like, this 11th parliament elimu abavubuka bangi.
Ina abavubuka bangi. So wali abamu who are really helping the youth, maybe like giving them different opportunities, giving them knowledge, empowering others. Because to me, I believe even empowerment, it can also help the youth. So there are those ones who are doing, for example, like Honorable Nyamtoro, to me, I can testify that she's at least done her best when it comes to doing good work for the youth. But others, some are not doing
youth representatives.
Some youth representatives are not doing what they are supposed to do. Maybe they would do more, but some of them are now focused on maybe 2026 in their different constituencies. So that is also a challenge. But they would first serve the youth before saying that maybe we look up to another opportunity. But those youth representatives who are in government offices and they are doing good for the youth, we really appreciate them and we call upon them to continue. Kubanga when bokwata ku muno manyiti, it is like you're pulling one another, you're creating a network.
Yes.
You're creating a network. So with the time, this is the network of comrades you're going to be with in governing the country. Yes.
Okay. So if we look at the 2021 elections, what do they have an impact ko elections etugenda oba nazo za 2026?
Like specifically which impact?
On the way people see politics. N'engeri oba oli awo abamu gye balondamu oba gye batwalamu bannabyabufuzi.
I believe it will have an impact, but also every election comes with its dynamics. Now, for example, like in 2021, there was COVID-19, which affected a lot of movements for politicians. They were not allowed to, like, maybe do mass rallies. So those factors hindered, like, campaigns, some of the candidates in maybe campaigning. But now this time around, of course, we hope that our country is going to be safe from pandemic and people will be allowed to do mass rallies, reach out to voters and talk to them about their agenda such that people can vote for them based on what are they talking, what are the needs they are going to address. So I believe dynamics keep on changing every after some years.
Ate bw'otunuulira performance mu elections olaba nga numbers zigenda zikendeera. Even the by-elections otunuulira be bawandiisa okulonda and then the people who turn up ng'olaba tekibalansinga. Be bawandiisa bangi abaturninga up batono nnyo.
Voter turn up is a big challenge, but I think that is the work of the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission need to do massive sensitization when it is going to carry out elections. But you know, carrying out, because sometimes we say waliyo wadde abagenze kulonda, but some we end up having invalid votes. Ti omuntu tamanyi nawakutiikinga sometimes like
atekinga ku kifaananyi
olusi wabweru wa boxi. So Electoral Commission erina okola ki? Erina okola massive sensitization ebeere nga esindika teams mu byalo webeera nga it is update of the membership kubanga wali akaseera kagenda tuuka ngo oba oyagala olondere in another place. Yes, you go and change. Naye sometimes people don't know about that information. Tebakimanyi. Akaseera kagenda otuuka, you want to vote from where you wanted. Naye you didn't get information that National Electoral Commission is updating. So National Electoral Commission actually terina kulinda period of elections. It should start its process early enough. Egende ekola sensitization ku byalo ebagambe importance of okulonda kubanga okulonda it is your interesting because fena tetusobola agenda mu parliament.
Tetusobola kujja kwesimbawo.
Yes, all of us tetusobola gamba nti oba abamu Kampala bonna bagende mu KCCA bateese. Naye balina okufuna bakansala abakola ki? Ababakiikirira. So ne mu Uganda fena all Ugandans we cannot fit in parliament fena. Naye tulina okubeera nga tulonda omuntu akukiikirira. So kirungi nnyo you raise your voice. And how do you raise your voice? By voting. Oyo omuntu agenda okola ki? Okukiikirira. So you should not leave it out until you ignore it, because sometimes even though you ignore it, other people will vote maybe someone who is not maybe of your caliber, the one you would want them to be voted. So that is your vote is your voice. So kirungi nnyo Electoral Commission egende ku ground ekole massive sensitization abantu bamanye update ya register ya D abantu bamanye balonda batya elections bagenda kulonda batya. So they should properly teach guidelines of elections to the electorates such that akaseera bwe katuuka k'okulonda babasomese and the importance of voting kubanga ne in our Uganda constitution electoral commission was established as an entity which is part of democracy. So okubeera nga awo bakuwa chance ey'okubanga okolaki olonda omukiise agenda okukiikirira ebirowoozo byo ebizibu byammwe kubanga tubeera n'ebizibu ku kyalo. So ebyo it can only be done through a leader asobola okuyimusa ensonga zammwe ku palamenti oba mu council n'agamba nti effe eno neeno oba twetaaga kino, twetaaga oluguudo, twetaagayo eddwaliro, twetaagayo amazzi. So it is a very, very, very important exercise that you participate in. So people should not ignore it or give up on it because it is determining your stay in that particular area. Yeah.
Watunuulira abavubuka abatutte office, some of them if not most of them tebakoze to the expectations of the people ababateka mu ezo offices oba expectations is akola okusukulumako oba okwenkana abo bebaddira mu bigere. What hinders youth from doing ebibakatikako nga bo oba bye tubasuubiramu?
Abakulembeze b'abavubuka
abavubuka be bawadde ebifo the youths nti yes mwejjeeyo nga mwe abavubuka era mutulaze you have the will era mugenda kukola bulungi nnyo and then we entrust you with offices and then you do not do meaningful representation. So biki ebibalemesa okukola bye muyina okukola?
First of all, for example, now like in youth council it is about facilitation. Like there is not much facilitation which can enable the youth to do the activities they would want to do. Kubanga okola activities you need of course facilitation. So oluusi weesanga nti budget yaffe eri limited, it cannot be able to support different councils, youth councils in the country. So neweesanga nti willingness weli ey'abavubuka okolera abavubuka bannaabwe naye sente tewali. Because they are not only youth councils, naye waliyo women councils, waliyo gundi disability. So you find out that the money or the budget is limited. So if the money is limited, there is no facilitation. So there is no way you can do much. You can only do what you can, but for you to do much, it needs proper facilitation. Because for you to move around the district, you have to use fuel, but sometimes that fuel is not there. So those are some of the challenges you have to encounter as a youth leader if maybe you're not in parliament, because at least those ones who are in parliament are the ones who are facilitated. Like they give them fuel, they give them different allowances which can enable them to serve. But now in parliament we only have 5 youth MPs.
But of those 5 have they done anything? Okay,
anything tangible.
Anything tangible that we can say, okay, yedde tulina batono naye balina kale ke bakozeewo.
Some have, but some have not. Some have and some have not. And that one, I think it is because they are looking for maybe another term from another constituency, so they invest their energies in the constituency they are going to run to. But it would be good. Let's first have the young people, but okay before they maybe work on going in another constituency.
Bagamba abamu mukola kuba NRM bokka. Abakulembeze abavubuka baba NRM. Ba ensonga za soosowaza z'abavubuka ba NRM bokka abali ku opposition tebabafaako. Is it true?
To me that's not true, because omuvubuka abeera muvubuka ate bw'oba oyiseemu olina okuweereza abantu bonna. Omuntu oba yakulonda oba teyakulonda olina omuweereza. bw'oba oyiseemu bw'oba oli wa NRM togenda gamba nti ngenda kuweereza ba NRM bokka. Even when you are an MP bw'oba oyiseemu, because there are different candidates who stand, and people vote for different candidates. So tokusobola agamba nti nze abanonda bokka bengenda oweereza. You have to serve bonna bonna, oba wa FDC oba wa NUP, as long as you're a leader, then you have to serve all of them. Yeah, so
bwetutuuka ku bintu by'okwetegekera obululu, now youths, I want to particularly go to women. As women who are aspiring to become leaders, what challenges do you face? Mwenga abaana b'obuwala abayingira mu politics, you want to stand out of the many. What challenges do you face as a young women?
Young women, of course, we face a lot of challenges. For example, lack of funds. For example, we are still young. Wakatandika obulamu toyina sente. That is the biggest challenge we are facing, lack of funds. Then another one, secondly, some men want to take advantage of you. They think maybe by doing that, you know, like they will compromise you just because you want votes. Then they want to maybe like okukwana,
sleep with you,
yes,
sexually harass you.
Yes, so those are some of the challenges the young politicians, especially who are females, they go through. But at the end of it all, as a person, you have to know what you want and know what you can do, because sometimes society, especially the way it treats women, it's not the way it treats men. Man.
Yes.
For example, ngamuli mu field, of course, when you're a woman, the community wants you to like always be humble, of course, maybe kneel down for them. Yes, but they would not expect that
from a man.
From a man. Naye gwe ng'omukyala, like there's that quality they expect from you. So you just have to know what to do where. If it's about humility, that one it's okay. You can be humble, be dynamic. But when it comes to maybe your government, some men to take advantage of you, you also have to raise up and say no. You need to be honest with you, have integrity, know that yes, even though I'm in this thing, I should not compromise myself, because at the end of it all, it is about your life. Your life is more than anything you want to be. Yes, your life is better than the positions you want to hold, whatever you want to represent. So you also have to take care of your life as a person. Omanya nti obulamu bwange nno bukuuma wadde ndi mukalulu ne family yange, olina okubeera nga you're faithful. If you're married, be faithful to your man, and also act as an example to the people you want to lead. Si kirungi n'obeera nga, you know, okola ebintu ebitali exemplary. Kirungi nnyo n'obeera exemplary to the people you want to lead. Yes.
Could those challenges be the reason as to why some young women don't want to take up these leadership positions?
Yeah, to me I think it is. It is, because it requires someone who is hardened for you to be able to face these challenges. But some people fear to enter into challenges. Yes, they say, no, I will not manage.
Bakuteeka ku pano y'abasajja ne balyoka baboogera ebintu awo n'ogamba, oh my God.
Is there a way this affirmative action has helped you as women contestants okubanga muvaayo ne mwesimbawo ku ebyo ebifo, oba erina engeri gyetufuddemu ne tulekera awo nga ffe abateesobola nnyo kale tuli vulnerable?
Yes, so much. Affirmative action positions ziyambye nnyo abakyala okubeera nga, first of all, you realize your potential into you can. Naawe osobola, you know, if the male can, even you can. So olaba nti sometimes even there are some females who are performing even better than the men. Then nekirala, affirmative actions, for example, like those women MP seats. Kubanga before in Africa and in Uganda we had a lot of patriarchal biases nti omukazi bagala go olina okubeera mu fumbiro, olina okukola emirimu gy'awaka, so you cannot, like abakazi by then, yes, they could not be chiefs, they could not be leaders in society. Naye when they brought for us this affirmative action, olabanga abakazi bavaayo, and now the community is accepting them. Why? Kubanga baba balaba nti they are really serving their people well, bali kuweereza bulungi. Kati for example mu Uganda, the vice president is a female and she's serving the country. Speaker mukazi, prime minister mukazi. We have ministers who are females. So actually even now there are constituencies for parliament which are for their constituency seats. Naye nga abakazi they competed they competed with what? With males. So olaba nti society is what? Is now changing. Kati this was given to give a platform for women such that community elaba nti abakazi they can. That's why even now they are even voting for them for constituency seats. Ba competing n'omusajja ne bagamba atugenda kuwona omukyala. Yes. So to me, I think these affirmative action seats have really done us good, and women, I believe in the next parliament we shall have even more women.
More women.
Yes. So as time goes on, you know, abantu babeera bagenda kubanga bamanya nti abakyala basobola okubeera abakulembeze in those high positions ate ne baweereza bulungi, and women are more faithful by the way.
Ate nga twaba bakutte mukyala mu corruption scandal, where did the faithfulness
you cannot deny there are those ones who are not faithful, of course. Naye it is easier to trust a woman because for us our nature inti we have a motherly heart. Tulina nnyo
omutima gw'ekizadde.
Yes, omutima gw'ekizadde ogulumirirwa. Yes. So kyubolaba nti wali ebintu ebimu bogamba era crime rate of men, the ratio of crime rates of men and women, you see that abasajja waggulu n'abakazi wansi.
Naye zino eno affirmative seats tolowooza nti waliwo abazabuse nze nti okay bazateekebwawo for women to realize their potential, and then when you feel you can go for the direct seat oliko omukyala omulala jje, and then bwetyo to developing mpola mpola. But the people that have been on those affirmative seats for like I do not know. So do we say those ones haven't realized their potential yet for those years?
No. I think those ones they just I think they just want to be in that position, and sometimes now like when you move sometimes in the communities, there are some communities which have not yet, they will say the other one is for a man. They will separate. They separate the district woman MP position and the constituency. Then they will say that the constituency is for a man, the woman MP is for a lady. So there are those communities.
So they know abakyala tebakkirizibwa kwesimbayo.
Yes. So there are those communities which are just like that. But I know as over time, with time, they will definitely know that no, even a woman can stand on a constituency seat. Actually, abalala bagamba yesimbye ku kifo ky'abasajja. Yes. So but with time manyi nti communities zaffe zijja ku appreciate nga zimanye nti it takes time kubanga it did not start from here. So I believe as time goes on, people, the communities we stay in, they will know that even an MP can stand on a constituency seat.
So today, Butaleja, you are coming as woman MP Butaleja. ground yetya how many you abalaze interest
Fewaffe Butaleja. For now tulinga abantu 10.
Yegwe mulina as woman MP Butaleja akamala bubanga ki awezeza myaka 10. Is it her first term, second term?
No, she first went and completed sister's term. Those were 2 years. And now she
and then this is
another
okay.
one. Now
Luli yafuna ka sympathy vote ka sister.
Naye waliyo omulala yajja n'agenda, so this one yakaddayo. Naye so far the ground, we on ground.
Muli busy.
Tuli busy. Tuli busy, like trying to talk to our people, and we know, and we continue to seek for the support of our people. Kati nganze Hasahya Sovereign nyongera okugamba abantu baffe ab'Ebutaleja tibampeeko omukisa sobola okubanga bakulembera mbakiikirire mu palamenti mwaka ekisanja ekijja. So nze ngenda kujjamu NRM primaries, so mbasaba basobole okunonda ku flaga, then ngende ku National EC Electoral Commission sobole okubanga mbaweereza kubanga fena manyi nti kisoboka kisoboha.
Where do you get this courage that keeps you going? Like, okay, but the one youth council I am going for woman MP and we are more than 10 na sitting day.
I just have passion for leadership from way back. Like I always compete from school. Mbadde mbeera omukulembeze mu secondary gye nabeera ku campus. I was the president of Social Work Association. I was the MP. College of Humanities and Social Sciences. Nali Minister of Gender and Social Affairs. So when I competing I graduated in 2019, 2020 nenzija kubyaba abavubuka. So I just have passion for serving. So it is that drive. It is that one. It's the one which drives me to be into political positions, and so I don't fear. I will always go for it. I remember when I was competing for president of social work, I was with the 2 gentlemen. I was the only lady. But I said I have to push on. I will go for it. Yeah. So it's about when you have passion for something, you will always go for it. So that passion to serve my people using politics, it's what drives me to keep on going. Some people have no direction. They wake up early in the morning, yes, I'm going to contest for this position. So they don't have that passion. Abagendamu because maybe bagala sente. Abagendamu they want titles, honorable. Others live very expensive jobs, and they want to go to parliament. Naye ayagala eyo title bamuyite honorable.
Kuzimba CV.
Yes, kuzimba CV. So naye some of us, we have been leaders, because even in the position
gyendimu nange kale kinengeri gye kintriguinze, I might go and tugambe MP to B nga tukongerako Mbeja Faida Bikobere MP to B ate amuna yakatibwa ka honorable tekakuvaako yadde wagwa. So for our title, you might also reconsider my decision. Farido ogambye bwana akaluluka omukyalo kazibu nnyo n'okusinga ku kibuga Kampala. Onaasobola okuzina amazina. Nja kunoonya constituency wano gye nzoganya oba Makindye West. Yes, oje Honorable Sewanyana. Yonna we n'abandi. Amina. So mukyala Hasahya, kati nga ggwe abadde mu politics for some time, olabyeko ground bwetambula oba ebintu bwe bize bikyuka. How best do you think we can be, or we can convince Ugandans to bring back that love they had for politics? Because wotunulira bwekyali back then and right now,
nti okola political rally n'olaba nga abantu abazze babajje side babajje mu district yeri ne babaleeta mu yeeno nga wano we muzze wennyini bawo oli mu kitundu kyo abaawo tebakyayagala nakulabikako.
First of all, abamu they have lost interest kubanga abamu wali ababawa ssente ne babalonda, so omuntu akuwadde ssente n'omulonda naye agenda eri n'akola ebibye. So bw'akola ebibye public ne mubeera nga there are some things oba mulina ebyetaago bye mwagala akole naye natakomawo, like they don't come back on ground. They don't come back to do consultation. Tebakomawo okunoonyereza bizibu ki ebiri ku ground ebiri kutawaanya abantu bange, you know. So ne bababulako, kati we bababulako bano voters, some of them ne balowooza kale ne bebatama because they think politicians are the same. That is some of the challenge you get when you're on the ground. Naye like
banabyafuzi mwena
bwe mutyo, you know.
Tugenda kulonda tojja kudda.
Yes, you will vote for them, they will vote for you, then you will disappear from them, you will not come back to them. But they have to know that it is because some of them they bakireeta omuntu azze akulimbye akuwaddeyo ssente talina mutima gugamba nti agenda kuweereza naye gwe lwakuba nti yakuwaayo ssente n'omulonda you suffer for 5 years. Naye singa tuddayo ne tumanya nti tulonda abantu basing on the values they have, basing on the manifesto they have, basing on the experience they have, kubanga experience nayo nungi, it teaches you ebintu. Kati the mistakes maybe I would do naye at least in this some of this being a student leader has helped me. Being now that I'm in the youth leadership, it has helped me. So you learn a lot of things oyiga ebintu bingi, so in future you avoid some mistakes. Why? Because yes, you have gone through it and you have learned. So kirungi nnyo ne tubanga twekanya which leader are you voting for. Sometimes yes, even though it's their first time to be in politics, but how are they conducting themselves in the community? Oluusi weesanga nti balonza omuntu maybe they have been having issues, you know, in their families or the way they conduct themselves in the community.
Family yawe yebbe ettaka ku bannakyalo.
Yes. Najja buzi just because of confusing them with money and you're voting such a person. The moment they go to parliament or they go in council,
scandals escalate.
Yes, scandals come, then they forget about you, they are not back. So it makes you kuberanga wetamwa nogamba ebyabufuzi. You know, you get disappointed, but not knowing that at first you are the one who caused it. So now they have to know that it is their decision. You vote for the right leaders abagenda okubabeererawo who have passion for serving you, such that you will always, you know, oba ojja kubanga oyagala okuyaayana okubeera nga oyagala ki abakulembeze. Why? Because they are conducting themselves in a right way. Yes.
Okay. Ndowooza tunaatera okuwunzika olwakadde. Kagambo ki koyinza okulekera abavubuka abashowinze interest oba balina interest okwenyigira mu kintu kino eky'ebyobufuzi, not forgetting the women oba the young women?
First of all, kyesobola okulekera abavubuka and mostly female aspirants abavubuka nti you go for it, go for what you want. If you want to be a leader, maybe on the village level, go for it, or parish level, or sub-county, or district, or on a national level, go for it. And you should fight hard, of course, to see that you should be hardworking. Totula butuuza ate n'ogamba njagala kalulu banonde. Nawe inoteekamu amaanyi. You sacrifice, you know, nobeera nga, you know, ogenda n'okyalira ku bantu n'okola consultations in different maybe mu religious leaders, mu bantu opinion leaders, mu other big politicians. So always oberenga otekamu hard work. Then naturally you should not compromise into, because maybe you're in politics, then there are some men who want to take advantage of you, then they will give you votes. No, you shouldn't. You should know that you keep yourself safe as a young person. Know that I'm in this because I just want political participation and nothing beyond that. So put your life first. Make sure that you conduct yourself well in the community. Then also other fellow young people at large, they should also not fear, because maybe there are many aspirants who have money and have a lot of, just go for it, and opportunity will come and they will vote for you. And if they don't vote for you, that one should not stop at that.
Yeah.
Next time still come for it. You should not give up. Always in life we always take risks, so always go for it. You shouldn't fear. Then what I can also talk about is our government and all stakeholders. They should make sure they empower our young people, give them knowledge. Political parties ezo tuwe our youth leaders tubawe like knowledge, tubawe mentorship, tusobole okubaguidinga that they'll be able to take up leadership of this country, and we serve Uganda as a whole.
Okay.
Then also abavuka like abali mu National Youth Council, if the youth councils can also be facilitated, ne gundi
youth wings for political parties.
Yes, and also our youth or our young people from maybe different countries. We always see youth parliaments. If they come in those parliaments, they will always be inspired. For example, me, I think I've ever attended like twice youth parliaments, but I was motivated. I was like, one time I think I should come here in the national parliament. So you will always be motivated to, to do more and be more and work hard to be a good leader. So go for it as a young person. Don't get
discouraged,
intimidated. Just go for it. I know you can. As a young person, you're full of energy, and time is now. It is not only tomorrow. Youth are not only the leaders of today. They are not the youth leaders. They are not leaders of tomorrow only, but of today and tomorrow. So just, it is your time now. Take action for us to serve our country. Thank you so much.
Wow, tweyanziza nnyo Madam Hasahya okubanga otuwadde obudde n'otulako naffe mu studios ate n'oyogerako eri abavubuka. Show yaffe njagala okubeebaza nnyo abagirabye okuva eri gye tandikidde ate paka wano etunzikidde. Njagala okubeebaza mwenna abatukererako everyday from Monday to Sunday. Manyi buli lunaku eriyo show nga mmwe nga mwewaayo okubanga mutulaba everyday. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala Omukama Katonda abatuweere bye musinga okwagala. Njagala okuba nga mbasiibulira wano tusinga kane olunaku olw'enkya zigenda kubeera ssaawa 2 ez'okumakya. Very good morning, have yourself a good day.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.